Hello everyone, I'm here to review this elongated smart bidet for your toilet. I've heard that once you've tried these, you never ever want to go back, so super excited when I saw this online. When you order it, it comes in this nice compact packaging here. I do just want to show you from beginning to end everything that's included in the packaging so you can see just how easy this is to set up. So looks like here is some screws and then some different tubing as well as the user manual. We also do have the remote here, which again, I'll be showing and explaining in a bit all the functionality that this bidet has to offer. But there you can see a close-up of some of the remote controls there. In addition to that, you of course do have the toilet seats bidet itself. And let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. It is really well packaged, which I do appreciate. That way everything gets to you safely and securely. And then there you can see it does have a plastic wrap over it, but there is that bidet. So of course it does have a lot of really impressive capability built into it, which we'll be diving into more in a second here. And then you do have this cable, which will be plugged in to the other cables there. That is it in terms of everything that's included in the box. Let's go ahead and clean this up, head over to my bathroom, and show you just how easy this is to install. So installing this is super easy. First thing you want to do is, of course, take off your existing toilet seat. It does come with a nice little bracket there. That way you can install it and ensure that this bidet toilet seat is nice and snug. It also allows you to adjust how far forward or back you want the seat to sit to. So that way it does give you a little bit of flexibility depending on the configuration of your toilet and how far up or close back you want it to be. After you have both of those plugs in, then you'll see here I actually do go ahead and screw in now those anchoring brackets to hold it more firmly in place. So again, everything is included. There is step-by-step instructions, so they're very easy to follow. Within probably 15 minutes, I had this bidet installed, and I have never done this before. So that really speaks to just how anyone can jump in and start doing this today. It does come with all of the parts and tools needed, so I did not have to bring any myself. After I have both of those installed, really, then you just slide in the bidet. It does lock into place, and there you can see it looks super flush. So now we just have to kind of connect the water and the power to it, and it's ready to go. So that is exactly what I do next. I take the tubing and I attach it to, again, the included nozzle. This is kind of like that two-way nozzle that you'll connect to your existing water line. So that way the water can continue to funnel into your toilet to refill it, but also now the bidet too. And it does have a nice emergency stop there that you can turn on whenever you need to. So I did have a little bit of a water incident when installing this, but again, I'm just new to this, never done it before. But for those that are new or experienced, it's very easy to install. All right, so I know that may have been hard to see in when installing here, but I went ahead and did connect that tube to my water system. Again, it did come with all of the necessary tools easy, so super easy to install. Now everything is ready to go there. And I did go ahead and take that power cable and then plug it into the power here. I went ahead and clicked that reset button and immediately started booting up and giving me some of those helpful indicators there at the top. So now let's go ahead and continue showing out the rest of the capabilities. Before getting into all the functionality, I do want to install the remote. It does again come with its own remote and holding bracket there. The holding bracket did have adhesive that is super strong and durable. So as you can see, it really is simple just to have that next to your toilet there. And that's really what allows you then to control everything and easily set the configuration that you'd like. All right, so now that we have this remote installed on the side there, I do just want to show you some of the basic functionality. It is very, very straightforward. So you just go ahead and press the power button there, and you will hear that it will turn on. It does play a nice sound, and a lot of what you see here is configurable. So if you do want to change, for example, the temperature of the seats, you can just press that button. You'll see that it does change the different lights there for 1, 2, and 3. And you can also see on the screen, it will also tell you the temperature too. So on number 3 there, it is at 104 degrees. If I were to change it back to the first mode, it's 32, 91, 96, and 104. Same thing with the wind temperature. You can press this button there to set that, and we'll change it between 1, 2, and 3. Then you can also change the temperature for the water. So that way, if you want to set it to 32 degrees, 91 degrees, 96, or 104, you can just press that button there. And again, it does show you on the LED display. You can also turn on eco mode here if you do want to enable that. You can also turn off that light. If you don't want the blue light, just press that button there and it goes away. I do want to mention that a lot of it is sensor activated. So the moment that you do sit on it, it will play a sound letting you know that it detects that you are applying weight, and the bidet will actually turn on. But there are some modes that you can turn on without applying that pressure. So for example, this kids mode here, you can go ahead and press that button, and then there you can see it'll start working. And just like that, it'll start playing water or dispersing water in that kids mode there. However, if you try to use like the bidet or the turbo wash, it's not going to work because again, it does not have that weight on it, detecting that there's weight and there's something that needs to be washed. On the side here, you do have this handle. That way you can move it one direction or the opposite direction to turn on the feminine washing mode or the bidet mode. If you are sitting on it, it'll actually change colors like a blue or a green to let you know which mode it's in. So if you don't want to use the remote, no worries. You do have that nozzle on the side to easily turn it on or off. I do want to show you those other modes like the bidet as well as the shower. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some pressure on here so it thinks that someone's sitting on it. And I'll go ahead and hit the bidet mode. And we'll come out and start spraying. So there you can see the bidet mode. Then very similarly, you can press the shower mode. And here's what the shower mode looks like. And then last thing I'll show you in terms of this wheel here is that dry mode. So you can get a nice fan to help dry off after using it. You do have an auto mode, which will actually shuffle between the different modes, bidet and dry. So that way you can get a nice clean and then a nice dry after as well. At any point, you can actually increase or decrease the cleaning intensity, as well as change the nozzle position using these buttons here. So if you do want to move it back or forward, you can easily do so when having it on. It's really, really easy to use. And just to show you how to use that nozzle there, I'll go ahead and apply some weight. So that way it'll set off the sensor, and then you can, again, turn it that way, blue or green, depending on if you want the regular bidet experience versus the feminine wash. But you can now see that it's going off there. And then you can go ahead and press the button on the side there to stop it like so. You can feel the seat get hot very quickly, so I do appreciate that. If you do sit down and turn it on to get the seat warmer going, within seconds, this thing's already heating up and you can already feel the experience. And then when you are finished, again, just easily press that power button, lights turn off, LEDs turn off, and it does have a really nice soft close too. So that way you don't have to deal with that loud, annoying slamming shut of your toilet seat. So I think it looks super flush with my toilet. Again, very easy to install. It does come with all the instructions and how to use and this very helpful user manual here. I honestly can't say enough great things about this smart bidet. I highly recommend getting one for yourself today.